Ladies and gentlemen, I will now invite the Chief of the South African National Defence Force, General Ruzani Mapshanya, to deliver the speech. Generals.
Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa. To the bereaved families of our fallen soldiers, allow me also to acknowledge the presence of all the chairpersons of the Joint Standing Committee on Defense. Allow me also to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Zanele Mbeki and all members of Parliament, filled with profound gratitude and deep sorrow. In this world often marred by conflict, both MONUSCO and SAMI DRC mandate have a common objective, and SAMI DRC mandate have a common objective, which is to support the regional and the international, effort in achieving the lasting peace and security in the DRC. Each member of the South African National Defence Force who answered the call to serve in the DRC carried out the mission with the spirit of selflessness and sacrifice. They fought gallantly against rebels of Mdntv who threatened the fragile peace, embodying the very essence of what it means to be a defender of freedom. To the families who are with us today, I want you to know that your loved ones served with unwavering bravery, and therefore they looked at death in the face. They challenged all that seemed to be a daunting task that many wouldn't have liked to face, and yet they persevered. Through their commendable conduct, they personified the spirit of resilience, demonstrating a level of commitment that inspires us all. They did not back down in the face of adversity. Instead, they rose to the occasion, demonstrating the very principles of courage and selflessness that we in the South African National Defence Force hold very dearly. It is often said that the true measure of a soldier, his valor, is not found in the victories won on the battlefield, but in the lives touched and the peace that is fostered. Our fallen comrades understood this truth deeply. They stood side by side with their fellow soldiers, united in their mission to protect the innocent and restore hope in the land ravaged by conflict. They believed in the power of peace unto ourselves. A nation in grief of their fallen heroes should not be throwing accusation and counter-accusations on the merits and demerits of the status of our deployment. One tends to go on and ask as to in whose interest is it that we should be entangled in this tug of war. Again, our fallen heroes would be asking, is it the right time to be opening a debate on the defense funding? We, as the National Defence Force, have on several occasions acknowledged the challenges of insufficient funding. We are continuously telling all South Africans that there is a need to revise our current budget allocation in favor of building our capacity for defense. We have stated this without any shame, that a drastic injection is required to build capacity, that defense funding is primarily future-orientated, and what we are fighting for is for us to establish a defense force of the future, and that is how the Commander-in-Chief understood what we needed. For today, we do have capabilities that are equal to the task, capabilities that are ready to defend and protect our country and its people. Maybe, again, I must start by indicating that buying weapon systems is not like going to buy a loaf of bread. Weapon systems, the turnaround time is long, and therefore, what we are asking is for us to be able to move into the future and not to try and answer the now problem. As a commander of the National Defense Force, I urge that we both serving and retired generals, including our media, should not be playing a blame game at this moment if indeed we are concerned about our challenges and supporting our soldiers and the bereaved families. If indeed we feel that the nation has the right to know, we will make the people know. But one would have expected that we go through a period of mourning as a nation and then introduce a discussion over the matters that are important and that our analysts and overnight defense specialists are being encouraged to embark on and not brush salt on the gaping wounds of our bereaved families and comrades. That resolve to occupy the moral high ground befitting the family. Your sorrow and grief